not Christian hell, but Buddhist hell, which I find to be so much scarier. And this is coming from someone who grew up with Christian hell being very real to me and very scary and shaping of my actions. And it took until my 20s that I really shook it off fully and came into some atheism. And now I'm back to spirituality and reading through the Buddhist texts, and I find Buddhist hells so much scarier. And there isn't just one hell. There are at least 8 hot hells and 8 cold hells. And then depending on who you're talking to, they get broken down into hundreds or thousands of other hells or specified hells or outer hells. And it's terrifying. And so I want to share this, which is from the Suttanípāta. So this is this is the Pali Canon. This is some of the earliest strata of Buddhist thought. So this is as close as you're going to get to the words of the Buddha. And listen to what happened to this holy man who was just jealous in his heart. And I know I have done things worse in my life than being jealous in my heart. So all of this is pretty scary, and it does help scare me towards right action. So this is from the Kokālika Sutta. And so the Blessed One said, the bhikkhu, holy person, Kokālika has died, and as a result of harboring animosity towards 2 other bhikkhus, he was reborn in the Paduma hell. Having said this, he paid homage to me and kept me on his right. He disappeared right there. Some of the people talking. So, when this was said, a certain bhikkhu said to the Blessed One, the Buddha, how long is the lifespan in the Paduma hell? The lifespan in the Paduma hell, he answered, is long, bhikkhu. It is not easy to count it and say it in so many years, or so many hundreds of years, or so many thousands of years, or so many hundreds of thousands of years. Then is it possible to give me a simile? It is possible, bhikkhu. Suppose there was a cartload of 20 measures of sesame seeds. Think like 20 big barrels of tiny little sesame seeds. At the end of every 100 years, a man would remove from it a single seed. That cartload of 20 sesame seeds might in that way be depleted and exhausted more quickly than a single Buddha hell would go by. 20 Buddha hells are the equivalent of 1 Nirabuddha hell. 20 Nirabuddha hells are the equivalent of 1 Ababa hell. 20 Ababa hells are the equivalent of 1 Ahaha hell. 20 Ahaha hells are the equivalent of 1 Atata hell. 20 Atata hells are the equivalent of 1 Kumuda hell. 20 Kumuda hells are the equivalent of 1 Sogandika hell. 20 Sogandika hells are the equivalent of 1 Upalaka hell. 20 Upalaka hells are the equivalent of 1 Pundarika hell. And finally, 20 Pundarika hells are the equivalent of 1 Paduma hell, the one that guy went to for animosity. So, because of that, he has been reborn in the Paduma hell. And so the Blessed One went on to teach further. This is a great line. When a person has taken birth, an axe is born inside their mouth, with which the fool cuts themselves by uttering wrongful speech. So, foul-mouthed, liars, ignoble ones, abortionists, evil ones, wrongdoers, base persons, unlucky persons, low-born persons, do not speak much here, you who are bound to hell. You scatter dust to your harm when you, evildoer, malign the good. Having done many bad deeds, you will go to the abyss for a long time. For no one's karma is ever lost, since it returns. Its owner obtains it. In other words, the dullard, the evildoer, sees suffering in themselves. They arrive at the place of impalement, which has iron hooks, sharp blades, and iron stakes. Then there is the food, which is like a ball of hot iron, as is appropriate. When speaking, the wardens of hell do not speak sweetly. They do not hasten. They do not offer shelter. Those hell beings lie on coals spread out. They enter a blazing mass of fire. And capturing them in a net, the wardens strike them with iron hammers. The hell beings come upon a blinding gloom which is extended like a mist. Then they enter the copper cauldron, which is a blazing mass of fire. They are boiled in them for a long time, rising and sinking in the masses of fire. Then the evildoer is cooked there in copper mixed with pus and blood. Whatever region he resorts to, he is afflicted on making contact there. There the evildoer is cooked in water that is the abode of worms. There is not even a shore to which to go, for the pots around are all alike. Then they enter the wood of sword leaves, which is so sharp that their bodies are cut to pieces. Actually, you see that in Dante's Inferno, too. Having grabbed the tongue with a hook, repeated slashing it, the wardens strike it, the tongue. Then they approach the impassable veterani, with its sharp blades, with razor blades. The dullards fall into it. Those evildoers have done evil deeds. Where they are walking there, brown and spotted dogs devour them. So do flocks of ravens and very greedy jackals, while hawks and crows stab at them. Difficult is this life here, which the evildoer sees. Therefore, in the remainder of one's life here, a person should be dutiful and not be heedless. The wise have counted these loads of sesame seeds, to which the lifespan in the Paduma hell is compared, and this comes to 5 kotis of nahutas plus another 1,200 kotis. I don't know what that means. And for the final, which seems like a good summary of all of this, as painful as the hells are said to be here, for just so long one must dwell there. Therefore, one should always guard speech and mind towards those who are pure, virtuous, full of good qualities. So, I have come back to a fear of hell to help push me towards right action. Thank you to the Buddha. Oh, and you made it this far on TikTok watching something about the Buddhist hell. Why don't you comment something such as, thank you to the Blessed One?